Hi, my name is Frances Tate. I'm one of the flutists with the Philly Pops. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the flute and give you some breathing and sound exercises to do at home. Let's get going. So I'm going to start off by talking about some of the instruments that I play with the Pops. And we're going to start with the Alto Flute, which is just a longer and lower version of the regular flute. And you'll notice it has a curved head joint, which just makes it easier to hold. And you often hear it in movie scores. Next, we have the C flute, which is the instrument that most people are used to seeing. And finally, we have the piccolo, which is actually the instrument I play the most in the Pops. It's exactly twice as small as the flute and plays twice as high. It's made out of wood that's been dyed black, and you hear it a lot around the 4th of July. So before we play together, I want to practice taking a couple of good deep breaths. And when I ask my students to take a good deep breath, this is what I typically see, which is actually not what I want. If any of you have ever sung in a choir or taken yoga or seen a yoga class online, we're looking for the same kind of deep belly breathing. So in order to practice this, you're going to put one hand on your chest and the other one on your belly. My thumb is right at my belly button and the rest of my hand is just below it. And when I breathe in, I don't want to move my shoulders. I want this part of my body to remain fairly still, and I'm going to stick out my belly as I breathe, as if I am showing my friend how much I ate at Thanksgiving dinner. This is not the time to show off how skinny you are, unfortunately. So I'm going to demonstrate this. And now I'm going to demonstrate it from the side. Now let's take 3 together. Great. Now that you're comfortable with that, we are ready to begin. So now we're going to practice using the breathing exercise that we just did to play a scale. And we're going to pick a nice easy scale, how about B flat, and play it in half notes as loud as we can. So if you're playing along at home, set your metronome to 1/4 = 60. If you don't have a metronome, no worries, just pick a nice slow tempo. So we're going to start with a nice big breath, just like we practiced, and you are going to play this scale as loud as you can without cracking. What is cracking? It's when a note that is supposed to be in the low or middle register comes out high by accident, like this. If that happens to you, what can you do? The first thing I suggest is turning the instrument away from your face slightly with your hands, like this. You can also think about loosening up your lips and cheeks a little bit, or just playing ever so slightly softer. So This exercise is going to take a lot of air. You'll hear me breathing a lot on the video, and you should breathe whenever you need to. Remember, the purpose of this is not to see how long you can hold your breath. It is to practice doing deep breathing and using all of that good air that you get to get a beautiful flute sound. If you're looking for something a little more advanced, I'm now going to show you how to do long tones. And long tones are exactly what they sound like. Most serious flutists practice long tones every day, just like athletes will stretch before they train. The exercise I'm going to show you, I do every day, and it's basically just a super slow motion chromatic scale. So, before you start this, you're going to take a big breath, just like we practiced. And then you are going to take a big breath after every measure that you play. Your goal should be to use so much air that you're completely out by the end of each measure, and you need to take another big breath. If you can go 2 measures on one breath in this exercise, you are not playing loud enough. So if you're like most of my students, you like to play fast stuff and you like to play fun pieces, and I totally get this. But I timed it once, and these long tones take 50 seconds. So if you can play this exercise every day for 50 seconds, just give me that time. It will make such a difference in your flute sound. Long tones are just like doing sit-ups. They're not super fun while you're doing them, but they will make all the difference in your flute sound. If you can just keep at it and be patient, these will allow you to do all kinds of really fun things with your flute that you couldn't before.